Hey, I'm meteorologist Doug Myers with the latest look at your forecast. Yesterday we had highs in the low to mid 50s, but we also had some strong winds, 30 to 40 miles per hour across the area. The good news is winds will not be a factor for the remainder of the week. Could still be a bit on the breezy side in some spots, but nothing like yesterday. Today, mid, possibly upper 50s, possibly a few low 50s, but bottom line is I do expect 50s across northeast Kansas despite the cloud cover. And as far as the winds are concerned, winds will be strongest south of I-70 and especially down near I-35 where gusts could be closer to 25-30 miles per hour. Farther to the northwest you are, light winds, especially in north central Kansas, so don't have to deal with that. I wanted to spend a little bit of time talking about the nation as a whole, just in case you're doing any traveling as we get into the second half of this week and into the holiday weekend. Just to give you an idea, of course, if you want more specific details on the local weather, we'll touch on it here in this video, but it's better to actually read the forecast discussion there on WIBW.com on more specific details locally here in northeast Kansas. But here's what to expect. Well, I'm keeping it local here for now, but then I'll go national here in the next graphic. Not much going on today, maybe a little bit of a light breeze here and there. Again, blue means wind on this particular graphic, not snow like supercast that we would see would. And then we do start to get into some rain and possible fog as we get towards the Thursday, Friday time period. So let's take a look at what we have here. For our travel hazards, monitoring a storm system that will impact the middle part of the country once we get into the Thursday, Friday time period in the form of rain. That includes us here in northeast Kansas. And then a storm system that will be developing as we get into the holiday weekend, especially in the Four Corners region, just west of the Rockies. You're seeing that snow again on this graphic. Blue would be wind, the white would be snow, so getting that snow out towards the Rockies. So keep that in mind if your travels take you west on Saturday, and that will stay out towards the Rockies and areas off to the west. Here comes some more rain in our second storm system that will impact northeast Kansas. We're still monitoring two systems. We're really looking at this storm system that could linger a little bit into the aftermath of Christmas. But taking a look at Christmas Day itself, dealing with the rain up to our north and to our east, snow on the backside of it in western portions of South Dakota, Nebraska, out towards northern Colorado, Wyoming. That's where the snow is going to be. That's where the hazards are going to be within that. And then as it continues to progress eastward, as some colder air might push into the area, that might mean perhaps a little bit of snow across the Central Plains, portions of Nebraska and Kansas, as you may be heading back on Monday. Well, whether or not it's the afternoon after you're opening gifts or maybe even into Tuesday, that will be something to watch out for on the backside of that system with possible snow on Monday and Tuesday across the Central Plains for Nebraska and Kansas. So if you're doing any traveling, especially on the roads, be aware of that. Obviously, it's a little bit too early to get into specifics on how much, how impactful it will be, but definitely something that you'll want to pay close attention to. All right, let's get back locally here. Here in northeast Kansas, temperatures are generally going to be in the 50s, possible low 60s, all the way through Sunday, and then more in the 40s and 50s, beginning on Christmas Day and lasting into Tuesday and Wednesday, where we do usher in a little bit cooler temperatures. But notice those lows. They're going to get on the warm side and possibly staying in the 50s as we get towards Saturday night, Sunday morning, or right around 50. So a very mild end of the week before we usher in the colder temperatures right after Christmas Day for Tuesday and Wednesday, a little bit more seasonal for this time of year. How much rain can we expect? The European model through Monday with our rain opportunities indicates some decent rainfall amounts, more than an inch. So it's kind of going back to a little bit heavier amounts compared to what it was showing yesterday. The GFS does indicate maybe a little bit less, but still some meaningful rainfall across the entire WIBW viewing area with the rain chances that we'll have through Christmas Day. All right, so the big question though, and again, this is just a computer model, this is not a forecast, this is not set in stone, but through Christmas Day, you can see the better chance of snow stays out to our west, out towards western Kansas, western Nebraska, out towards the Rockies. So keep that in mind if your travels take you west, especially as we get towards the Saturday, Sunday, Monday time period. And then as we get on the backside of the system with the potential snow, as we get towards Tuesday and Tuesday night, as you saw in the 8-day forecast, there's a chance. Not much chance after that Tuesday night snow chance, though. So I think we stay dry after that. But we'll obviously keep an eye on that. In the meantime, here's a look at the potential snowfall from the GFS through Monday. Not quite as much with the snowfall on the GFS compared to the European. And then, again, not much through Friday. A little bit less here in northeast Kansas with that snow opportunity. So definitely something that we'll continue to fine-tune in the coming days. Just a quick check of our extended outlook, the 6 to 10-day outlook. No surprise there. Warm and wet. The 8 to 14-day warm and dry. And warm and wet for the 3 to 4 week outlook. So even though it does say warm and dry in the 8 to 14-day outlook, I'm still looking at a little bit of a cool down, maybe more seasonal as we get towards Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe Thursday of next week, and then possibly warming up. So just keep that in the back of your mind that while it does say the probability of above average temperatures are possible during that time, it is also possible that we're a little bit closer to more seasonal, not necessarily going to be above average as we get into the second half of next work week for days 9 and 10 even. So certainly a lot of things to watch out for, but what I can tell you is we're not looking at anything really, really cold. We're not talking about any lows down in the single digits. We're not talking about significant snowstorms anytime soon through the rest of the year, rest of the month. So we're looking at a little bit better chance of more substantial rainfall amounts compared to snowfall amounts. So that's all good news unless you want the snow. So just keep checking back in for updates. In the meantime, have a great day.